Good morning, friends. Very hearty welcome to your computer science class. In today's class, we are going to see what is a Python character set. So, as we have already started with Python programming, we have started exploring different IDEs, that is, different integrated development environments. We have learned in the previous classes what is a computer, what is an operating system, how programs are executed. And not only that, we have also studied about what is Python as a language, what it provides us, what all features it has, what are its pros and cons. And also we have seen in detail about how to download, install and configure some of the very famous and commonly available Python IDEs. Okay, so within which in my previous two lectures, in my previous two videos, I have already provided you with a description, a detailed description about 5 such IDEs. So now that I hope you all have already installed and configured those IDEs on your computers, so that right now whatever we do in the class you will be able to practice it properly. So let us start with our topic today, that is Python character set. So let's see what is the Python character set. Now Python is a language, is a programming language, and just like Python we have many other programming languages. So whichever programming language you work upon, that programming language would be providing you with a particular character set. And this character set is just like Lego bricks. It provides you with the building blocks to work upon something, to create something, to make or to build a small castle, small toy house, small car using the Lego bricks. So these building blocks, the Python character set provides us these building blocks, that is these Lego bricks, which enable us to create large programs from that limited set of characters. So we are going to see how a character set helps us. Now all of you are aware about the English alphabet, and you already know what an English alphabet is. Okay, what an English alphabet provides us. So it provides us with 26 letters of the English language. And anything and everything which we create, that is, if we write anything, if we write a sentence, whether we write a sentence or a paragraph, okay, or a word, it is created out of these 26 letters, where we might have some vowels and some consonants. These letters could be available to us in both capital form as well as in small form. So using this character set, we can build upon the English language paragraphs. From paragraphs we can write some pages, that is, we can write a whole chapter, and from that we can write a book. So in the same way, Python has its own character set which is used to build upon, which is used to create its programs. So let us see what all things are there within the Python character set. Starting with the character set, number 1, we have the alphabets. And these alphabets are available to us in capital letters also and in small letters also. So you can see capital A to Z and small a to Z. Second is digits. Digits 0 to 9. anything which contains digits, numbers, when we create real numbers, when we create whole numbers, everything is made out of this. It is created out of these 10 digits. Special symbols. What are special symbols? You might have seen on your keyboard there are some numeric keys, numeric buttons which are right on top of your QWERTY part, that is your alphabetic keys. Those keys contain such symbols. Some symbols like these. So these all are special symbols. Not only these, you have a lot of special symbols. So these all are, and many more. You have many such special symbols. Then you have some white space characters. What are the white space characters? You might have seen characters like a single white space, which we get using the space bar of your keyboard. Then you have carriage return, it is in this form, that is when you press the return key or enter key on your keyboard. Then you have the tab. You have a tabs key on your keyboard, and that tab key gives you a larger space compared to a small white space. Usually this large space is equal to 8 small spaces. Okay. Then you also have line feed, or also known as new line. And you also have form feed, which is actually used for new page or new screen. So these are some white space characters. And one more way we can understand these characters, that is non-printable characters. That is, these characters, they don't echo on the screen, they are not displayed on the screen. That is the reason why they are known as white space characters. And apart from white space characters, there could be any other ASCII or Unicode symbol. When I talk about ASCII and Unicode, students, they are encoding schemes. Encoding schemes means, now we all know that we humans understand the common English language, whereas our computer understands binary language. So every symbol which you see over here, whether it's an alphabet, whether it's a digit, whether it's a special symbol or white space character, everything has to be coded in the form of binary digits. And those binary digits can be converted into multiple number systems. That is, they could be converted in the form of decimal number systems also, octal number systems also, hexadecimal number systems also. So when we talk about, now you are not familiar with octal and hexa, so I will skip these two for the time being. You can say that every character has a specific number or specific code, and that code can be represented in decimal also, and this decimal can be converted into your binary digits also. Okay, and every character which you see on the screen, it has a specific code, a code consisting of sometimes it could consist of 7 bits and sometimes it could consist of 8 bits. So this is how it could be, and sometimes it could even consist of 16 bits or even 32 bits. Usually if I consider the 16-bit or 32-bit, it could be for Unicode characters and this could be for ASCII characters. So ASCII is able to represent the English language characters. Okay, the capital A to Z, small a to Z on all these and many more other symbols. Whereas Unicode is an encoding scheme which includes all the characters of all the major world languages, right from English to your Chinese characters, that is Mandarin ideographic characters, or it could represent Arabic characters, Greek symbols, any language of the world, whichever you speak of, you name it, and that character you can find in Unicode symbols. Unicode is able to actually represent some lakhs of characters on the some lakhs of characters in it. Unicode can represent about 1,114,112 characters of the world. It has space, it has around these many code points, okay, and these many characters of the world can be represented. So because it has these spaces for representing these many characters, that is Unicode had the capacity to represent these many characters, all including all world languages, all the indigenous languages and major languages, all characters are wrapped up within these number of code points. Okay, so it has these many code points, some 1,114,112 code points, which are used for representing that many number of characters. So you can say that Unicode represents all the major world languages. Detailed discussion about ASCII and Unicode we would be having in the chapter data representation. So this is the character set of Python which we would be using for creating programs.